my co-host Jess and my lovely interviewee for today, Miss Christina. Just real quick, I'd like to get out of the way this little disclaimer real quick. Um, Wealth for Generations is in association with Habari Entertainment. I, your host, Elijah Lee, along with my co-host on this episode, Jess and Christina is my interviewee. Wealth for Generations is a platform for local entrepreneurs to promote their business and discuss options they have or haven't taken towards creating wealth for the next generation. I, the host, as well as any of my co-hosts, are not certified in any financial, medical, or legal field. This show is from our point of view and experiences. Wealth for Generations highly recommends researching any information from the show and you make your own educated decision. So, with that out the way, let's go ahead and get into the show. How are we doing today, ladies?
Good.
Doing
Good,
good.
good, good. I'm doing pretty good myself, I suppose. Busy, busy, busy. Since we do have an interviewee, I am gonna switch it up like I have been, but today we're actually gonna try something a little bit newer. We're gonna go straight into the interview today. So, what we're gonna do today is we are gonna do we building boy right away today because I want to talk about a few things that are a little bit out of the order of the segment today because I just feel like we need a little bit more education this episode. Like I really really enjoyed the last episode. It was a totally organic conversation, but I feel like we didn't really hit much as far as the wealth for generations part of the show. But without any further ado, I would like to introduce you guys to my interviewee of the day, Miss Christina. And she is currently residing in Mesa, Arizona. She is originally from Pasadena, California. She is the owner and operator of Hair by Legendary Rose, where she specializes in protective hair care and styles. For booking and products, you can follow her IG as Hair by Legendary Rose, all one word, no special spelling, or on her LinkedIn under Legendary Rose. Christina began practicing the art of hair care at the very young age of 10, and after 7 years of honing her skills, she was ready to begin charging for her services, becoming a respectable artist at the age of only 17. Sorry, getting mixed up on my own words here. Um, while continuing to grow and mature in the field ever since. So I wanted to bring her on because she is a strong, independent woman doing all this all by herself. And I love highlighting just local independence and
Mhm.
entrepreneurship. And on top of that, uh, a single black woman doing it on her own with kids and everything, So let me back off and let you guys meet Miss Christina. So,
Hi.
Christina, how long have you been doing the Legendary Rose, actually as a company? I know I said that you started charging at about 17, but how long has the actual company been going on?
I would say when I got really official within the business, I would say about 2014.
About 2014.
Yeah.
Cool, cool. So you're almost at that 10-year mark.
Yeah.
Almost there,
Yeah.
almost there. So I'm pretty sure you guys can imagine how much better her skills have gotten better over the years. Almost 10 years as a certified, well, I don't know if you're certified, but as a professional, as a money making professional. So was there any kind of inspiration or anything? I know it says you started really young. Did you happen to have like siblings, or maybe you're just into hair really young, or how'd you get kind of started into the hair care field?
So what inspired me to get into the hair braiding industry was my older sister Lauren.
Hmm.
She I grew up watching her do hair and braids, mainly like box braids,
Hmm.
and that really inspired me to do my own hair. Um One of the biggest inspirations was the fact that my mom would give me like these dookie braids, like these big plait braids or cornrows. And
Yep, I
I was
remember
getting
those.
older, and I no longer wanted to look like that. I wanted to look the way I wanted to look, and
Hmm.
coming into my own identity in middle school and high school, so I started to practice on my own hair.
Nice, nice. So then what was it? Since it did say that you began charging in 17? Was it kind of a situation that you started on yourself and it was going so well and just like your peers were like, "Yo, your hair is nice. Like, who did this?" You're like, "Oh, I did it." Like,
Yeah, yeah, that's typically how it started in high school. After starting to practice, my mom seen that I could do hair, so she wanted me to do my little sister. So I started doing and practicing on my little sister, and then eventually my whole entire family.
oh.
And so that's why at 17 I realized my value, and I had to start charging, even though it's super low than what I charge now, like not
Right.
even close. But I started to recognize that this could be a business for me, and just taking valuing myself to the next level and charging. Um,
Definitely. And that's
yeah.
awesome, that's awesome, and that's what I'm all about. Like, I don't know if you viewers out there have been paying attention, but I try to find local entrepreneurs that are, taking advantage of their natural talents. Like, it's okay if you wanna go do something that you're not naturally talented at, as long as you're passionate about it, but it's awesome to be able to come out the gate and have yourself in a position where you can do something you love.
Yeah,
You
I
know,
agree.
and you don't have to worry about like, "Oh, let me go bag these groceries
Mm.
today."
Right.
Mhm.
Like I hate my job.
Yeah.
Yeah,
God.
yeah.
It's like living the American dream, really, right?
Right.
Because you're doing what you love, it brings you joy. It's not like going to work every day, you
Right.
know?
Right.
So many Americans find themselves just hustling to make ends meet and they hate what they're doing and they're depressed and stressed and, to find a talent that you're good at and passionate about and can make money off of. I mean, that's
Mhm.
just phenomenal.
Yeah,
It
I
is, it
agree.
is.
I agree.
So, speaking about that as the business side of it,
Mhm.
is this, this hair business, the Legendary Rose, is that your main income, or do you have one of those like, "Oh, I gotta go do these groceries too, but, when it picks up, I'll be only Legendary Rose."
Right. No, I've been doing hair full time since 2014.
Oh, okay, so
Yeah. So
pretty
it's
much right
it's
out
definitely
the
my main
gate.
income, pretty
Okay.
much my only income right now.
Nice,
So yeah.
nice. Awesome, awesome. So, just for the people out there, how long does it usually take if I know you have different jobs and stuff
Styles,
like
yeah.
that, but, say, for instance, something like yourself.
Mhm.
Like, you
My
just
full
I thought I
locks.
heard you just did that recently, right? You were
Mhm.
talking to Jess about how long does it usually take for you to do a hair job like the one you have right now?
So the style that I have in right now are considered faux locks.
Faux locks?
So
Okay.
it's like a fake version of real locks, kind
Mhm,
of giving you that natural look, but a temporary style. This took about 4.5 hours. I did it on myself. The longest part was parting,
mhm.
trying to get the parts straight. And the rest was just natural, I
Natural.
guess.
Just your natural talent just
Yeah.
spewing out, just spewing out. And see, and I personally love that, like, I like seeing a hairdresser who can do some cool stuff, but to me, when I find someone that's doing cool stuff on themselves, I'm like, I don't even cut my I mean, I don't know if you can tell, but I don't even cut my own hair,
Right.
like, I'm sometimes wary of shaving my own face because I know I haven't practiced it like that, you
Right.
know? But for someone to do something like what you have on yourself, I would just oh, wait, we got one of those.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
So we're definitely gonna revisit what Legendary Rose has going on and everything like that, but real quick, I just wanna visit, one of our segments called Health is Wealth. Since we do have our Health is Wealth expert on the show today, Miss Jess, the
Hey.
co-host. She set me up with some good stuff today. Um, do you remember everything? You got it all locked in there?
No, that's why I typed it out.
Okay, so today for Health is Wealth, we're going to be going over label reading, the importance of label reading. So, if you guys don't look at your labels at all, just start at least giving it a glance. There's so many things going on out there with people's ailments and stuff. Anyways, you got to start giving a glance. Anyways, you don't want your heartburn, your celiac disease. You got, you're trying not to do too much dairy, there's all kinds of stuff. So, in this day and age, everybody should be at least taking a glance at the label, at least. But anyways, a good rule of thumb when making food choices is if you can't pronounce it, it's probably not food. So when you get
It's
to
definitely not food.
Yeah,
It's
definitely not.
chemicals.
so when you get even the red yellows, which are very legible, but the numbered colors aren't very good for you either.
They're
Um,
linked to ADHD, and they're in so many children's foods, and then kids are getting
candies.
drugged up because they're being
Synthetic dyes,
poisoned.
yeah.
Yeah. And, some of these additives, they're considered at safe levels. But then when you're having them multiple times a day, it's not like, oh, you're just having one small serving,
Mhm,
where maybe your body could process it. I don't know. But,
mhm,
for me, if you're having a fruit roll up and then an ice pop and some cereal and, you're just packing it on throughout the day, it's not safe. Definitely
mhm,
not safe anymore because 'cause you're ingesting way too much, and there's
Right.
no way for anyone to regulate that,
mhm.
other than
Consumption.
yourself.
Yeah.
Right, right, right.
So,
And then that also, kinda goes back to the beginning too as far as label reading because sometimes not to say that sometimes the wording can be misleading.
absolutely.
So you may glance at the label and it may tell you that it's this, but then you look at the top and it says serving size is 1 teaspoon when
Mhm.
you typically have 6 teaspoons of said product in a sitting. So now you're way over the recommended level of certain things that are in the product.
Right.
But the things that you can't pronounce that are usually that are chemicals, your body cannot use it or assimilate it. It's toxic to your system and it can cause disease. An example of common additive is mellow.
Maltodextrin.
Yeah, see, there you go. I couldn't
Yeah.
even say
I
it.
can't say that
So
either.
if you can't say it, then don't consume it.
Yes, and it's in a lot of food. So that's why I picked that one.
Mm.
Actually, it does look really familiar, but honestly, when I see that word, I just skip over it. I'm like, nope, nope, I ain't messing with it. I don't know what that word is. So, if you can find that
Maltodextrin.
in your products, then side effects of it could include allergic reaction, weight gain, gas, bloating, rash, skin irritation, asthma, cramping, difficulty breathing. If you have any of these, please contact your local physician as soon as possible.
So they can put you on medicine. No,
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
Right. That's another topic.
That's a whole nother topic.
And these are
Yeah.
just a couple of these are just some symptoms of the harm it causes your body. Your body reacts as a sign, or your body can react as a sign to you to telling you that something is wrong. Although the FDA may allow a certain amount per serving that is considered safe levels, if it's 9 out of 10 of your items, then you're going over, just like you were saying before.
Yeah.
The FDA says that you have these certain safe levels, but then it's basically what we were saying before. That you have these safe levels, but then you don't read the label correctly, and you're consuming 4 servings in a sitting,
Mhm.
and you're thinking you're okay because you glanced at the label and you're like, oh, it's only 10% or 10 grams of sugar,
Yep.
but you just had 4 servings in a sitting. So now you have 40 grams of sugar in one sitting, and that was your bowl of cereal.
Actually, when I used to eat ramen noodles, which I loved,
Man, ramen is
did
so
you know that
delicious.
that one packet is 2 servings?
And we're talking
Wow.
about the good old fashioned
Ramen noodle.
Maturin or
There's
whatever it
2
is,
servings in that one packet, and how many people
Wow.
wouldn't eat 2? So now you're really
right?
having 4 servings, so all that salt and all that crap that's in there,
Hmm.
Right.
you're already double dosing just on 1 packet, and I
Hmm.
know as an adult, most people are gonna eat more than 1 packet. So,
Right.
just a good example of one of those things where you don't read the label, right? You open it, you're
Mhm.
like, "Oh, this is 1 serving." You would think it's 1 serving.
Right.
So,
So we end the health is wealth with a little bit of a challenge for you guys out there. And I would love it if you guys would hit me back. You can go on Facebook and you can find me as Elijah Lee. You can go to my page, Wealth for Generations, or just go to my Facebook, or you can even comment on YouTube or comment on the live feed. however it is. But if you guys are down for the challenge, just pick one of your favorite snacks and research the negative side effects of the ingredient. Okay. So I actually forgot to send that picture.
Oh, you did.
Yes,
That's
because
all right. I
what?
put it up on our Instagram.
Okay. So if you want to see the picture that I'm about to talk about, then you can go to our Instagram, the Delicious Dishes Instagram. Delicious Dishes, delicious. Did that sound
Delicious Dishes
delicious
602.
dishes 602. I didn't feel like I was saying it right, but you can go to that Instagram and check it out. And I am gonna kind of explain it for you guys real quick. So it's a picture of the ingredients of Cheetos, and then the ingredients of a Cheeto version, but healthier version of Cheetos called Lesser Evil.
Lesser Evil.
It's called Lesser Evil.
It's a good name.
Lesser
Yeah.
Evil Paleo Puffs, no cheese. So I won't go through every little thing because Cheetos has a pretty decent list, but they got that melatox. They got they got
Maltodextrin.
that metal. They got that M word. That Samuel Jackson M word.
Stay away from that M word.
They also got something called thiamine monotrate. Yeah, they got that one. Oh, they got some number colors. They got red 40. Oh, I never seen that one. Red 40 Lake. It's like you're about to call a hike on a football game. Red 40 Lake. 779er. What? They got yellow 6. Oh, these are all red 40 Lake, yellow 6 Lake, and then yellow 6. So they didn't have enough of the yellow 6. They had to put the yellow 6 Lake in there too for you. That's just a couple of the Cheeto stuff right there, the ingredients. The ingredients for the lesser evil paleo puffs, though, we have organic
Cassava.
cassava. I don't read much. But anyways, organic cassava flour, organic coconut oil. Everything in here is organic. So I'm gonna save you from saying organic 14 times. Tapioca starch. We got sweet potato powder. Himalayan crystal salt, nutritional yeast, vegan cheese lover friend right there, garlic powder. Yeah, like I can pronounce all this stuff.
It's all food.
The
Yeah,
hardest thing on
whole
here to
food.
pronounce is tapioca and Himalayan.
Yeah.
If you're not familiar with those words, Himalayan is that's a toughie.
I mean, this day and age, you don't have to give up anything you like. There's a healthier version of it anywhere.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
There's always something, even Starburst.
Yes.
Yeah.
And if you like, you could go to my page at any time and we can talk about Ray and Sons and talk about all the different healthy options that you have for snacks that we will be providing in a vending machine here in the future.
Nice.
But speaking of businesses and vending machines and stuff like that, I
Let's
wanted
take
to.
a quick break.
Oh, okay. We'll take a quick break. Got to pay the light bills in here. We'll be right back.
Habari Entertainment Films present There's Only One Name for News with Damon and Iesha. Habari Live Podcast. Habari Entertainment, a race against time. On a quest for glory. Habari News Weekly, HabariEntertainment.com. Catch us for more. Visit us, HabariEntertainment.com.
Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Hope you went and got some water real quick. Stretch your legs because we're back. So, as I was saying, Miss Christina. So, as far as the business and stuff like that, and being healthy and everything, I heard that you actually have more than one business in the works.
Yes.
Legendary Rose is actually your main income right now and your focus, but I heard you had a couple other things that were in the works or kind of just kind of back burner at the moment.
Mhm.
I just want to kind of touch on those. You want to share that with the people, just so they know, so when you come out the gate and they're like, "Oh, she does that too," they're already gonna know. They get a full package.
Right. Yeah, I have a hobby of health, I guess. So I like making cold pressed juices.
Nice, nice.
Um, that's one thing that I like to do sometimes as far as business. Another is handcrafted healing jewelry with crystals and copper.
Mhm,
I
and
got
it
2 of her pieces on.
looks like we have some
Perfect.
pieces
Got
here in the
some
house. Is that
Mhm.
on your wrist too,
bracelets,
right there?
yes.
Nice, nice. Definitely. And when you get the juices back going, maybe we can do some samples on the show or something.
Oh yeah, I would love
Yeah,
that.
Yeah,
Sounds
definitely.
they're
amazing.
really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome, awesome. So, with that being said, I wanted to go kind of into the next segment, which is the wealthy wisdom segment. So normally on this segment, what I do is I usually try to find an entrepreneur that I kind of look up or admire, or someone that's related to the interviewee that they possibly look up or to admire in the same field. But today, like I said, the show's gonna be a little different. We're gonna give you some real deal wealthy wisdom, not just a little quote today. So what we're going to do today is we're going to talk about business entities and a little info on LLCs. So, do you have anything in the works as far as a business entity or a LLC or corporation or anything like that with your business?
Yeah, I'm working on my LLC right now,
Awesome, awesome,
getting that
perfect.
started.
Is there any particular reason you want an LLC, or is it just something like you're like, okay, I got my business. This is the next step that I probably should take, and just get everything as legit as possible, so I don't have Uncle Sam coming at me later.
Well, I'm not afraid of Uncle Sam. You know, come for me if you want.
Like
But
I
no,
got concoction ready, Uncle Sam.
I'm
Bring
not
it.
afraid of Uncle Sam. I got uncles too. No, I'm just kidding. The main reason why I wanted to make my business legit and legalize it is so that I can open more doors of opportunity as far as
Mhm.
creating that generational wealth and taking it to the next level and seeing where I can take it.
Awesome, awesome. And that's what it's all about here at Wealth for Generations. We want to encourage you to follow your dreams and your passions, but also leave some breadcrumbs, some crackers or something, for the next generation. Got to leave pave the way for them so they can be better than we are. And I mean, me personally, that's what I feel like parenting is all about.
That's what it's all about.
Yep.
Just trying to make sure that you're better off than I
Right.
was,
And what are
Yeah.
you doing if you're not doing that?
Yeah.
right?
You know what I mean? I
Right.
mean, that's for
Taking up
real.
space.
Taking up space.
And what
Yeah.
better way to, teach your kids than to be doing what you love and, honing your skills. And
Mhm.
that sets a great example for the next generation. You don't have to be a slave to the clock. You can make your own hours, make your own days, do what you love,
Mhm.
Mhm.
and do it even in your own space. There's a lot of businesses that can be done from home where you can still be with your children, raising your children, and you don't have to be out the door all the time,
Right.
you know?
Mhm.
I
So,
agree.
So as far as the business entities, there's four main ones. There's like a lot. I think there's like a
Yeah.
dozen of them, but there's four main popular ones for small businesses. Now, the four popular ones are what we just spoke about is the LLC. LLC stands for Limited Liability Company, if you didn't know. The other one is sole proprietorship. Another one is a partnership, and the final one is a corporation. So those are your four main popular. Those are your four most popular among small business owners.
Mhm.
Today, though, we're gonna dive a little bit into the LLCs, though the limited liability company. So for the little, for the limited liability company, or I'm
Just
sorry,
just say LLC, dog.
yeah. I'm gonna stop torturing myself right now.
Not the time to challenge.
Actually, before I get into that part, I want to let you guys know that each legal entity has specific benefits. Some may be more attractive than others depending on your business, which is why I kind of asked if there was a reason that you picked LLC. The type of business or the type of legal entity that you have will shape the way that your company does business in the future. If you're an entrepreneur, There needs to be consideration put into your business's entity type. So, like I said, we're going to talk about the LLC today, which is, like I said, a limited liability company. Got it. When I can say it slow and enunciate, I do it perfectly. Just say the whole word. Okay. An LLC is an entity that registers with the state. Formation occurs by filing a legal document commonly referred to as articles of organization. Have you had to do that part yet?
No,
Or
I
I
haven't. I'm just mainly doing the research right
the
now,
research?
so I have everything, all my
Okay.
ducks in a row before I get started.
And then I'm not sure if you know, but me personally, I slightly feel like I made well, no, I don't want to call it a mistake. I did it and I learned from it. So I know not to go that route again.
Right.
But I went with a company and they gave me the whole rundown and told me they would do this, do that, and blah blah blah. Blah. And I spent about $1,000 with them to get my LLC situated.
What?
You
It
spent
wasn't it
more
wasn't
than
just
that.
it wasn't just the LLC. But so yeah, I invested the money into that. But for me personally, I've been taking certain steps in my life where it's like, all right, I need to just do this. If I fail at it, I fell, I learned. And this isn't about me. But yeah. So I went through that experience and I just wanted to let you know that
Mhm.
you don't have to go to a company. I had a friend tell me the other day, I'm not sure if you knew about this, Dip, but I didn't know that you can actually go downtown
Oh yeah.
and go do it yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah. I did it
Is
all
that what you did?
myself.
You did it all yourself? I didn't know that.
I didn't even go
Okay.
downtown.
You did it online?
All online.
All online. So there you go.
All me.
You guys could do it all by yourself. Don't get tricked.
Right.
You don't need none of these
Spend all your
companies to do
monies.
anything, bro.
Yeah.
You don't need the
They
company
try
to
to
do
make it
anything.
easy for you, but
Yeah.
you don't
Yeah.
have to do. It's so easy that you don't even need to. It's easy.
Yeah.
It is.
All the information's out there.
That's real.
The company, it looked like it was going to be awesome. It was like, oh, they help you build your business credit and help this and help that and help this. But really, all they did was give you resources and then you had to do everything yourself. So we thought when we
Wow.
paid for this package,
Well,
they were going to really set it up for us.
I feel like I had learned a lot and I got
Yeah.
some out of it, but I don't think I got
Not your
what it
money's
was.
they-
worth.
Yeah, I didn't get my
yeah.
money's worth out of it.
And what they said they
But
were gonna do for you.
yeah. But I just wanted to let all the viewers know that are not aware of what we're going over right now is you don't have to go with one of these companies. You can get your articles of organization and do it all yourself. So don't pay anybody to do it for you. So LLCs are more attractive to business owners when it comes to a legal entity with the most benefits. So saying that the LLCs, as far as the top four that I mentioned, they have the most they have the most benefits when you go with the entity. The main benefit of an LLC is it reduces the amount of personal liability that owners of the company may face. So saying if someone wants to take a lawsuit out on your company or something like that, then they would only be able to go off or go after the assets of the company. They wouldn't be able to go after any of your personal assets. So they can't go after your home, your personal bank account, your vehicles, or anything like that. They would only be able to go after the company if your company is um, filed as an LLC. Um, the members of this is basically what I was saying. The members of the LLC aren't required to pay any judgments with personal funds in the event of a lawsuit with the company. Another huge advantage of the benefit is pass-through taxation, which is something I've recently learned on the LLC. Did you know about pass-through taxation?
I do not.
You're not cool.
I know shit about taxes, bro.
Me either. I'm
Man,
trying to learn all this,
I
man.
mean, that's where I for real I'm gonna need help. But you're not really. I'm not really making any fucking money, so it's kind of hard for me to go file taxes when I'm making
Yeah.
negative 12,000.
Ooh.
So
Well, actually, that is a write-off, though. When you file your personal taxes, you can write off the cost of all of this.
for my personal taxes.
Yes.
Yes.
That's one thing I don't really understand how that works at all. Because I'm like, how do I write off money that I don't get it how it works. So
Because you spent the money to start your business, but your business doesn't have any income, and so there's no way for you. So basically, you can't start your business with business money if
Mhm,
you don't have any business money.
right.
Right.
So in order to start your business, you had to use your personal money.
Personal money.
Right.
So when you go to do your taxes, and if your business it was just a startup cost for the first year, and your business isn't actually in progress and generating any funds, then you're technically SOL. So their way of kind of giving back to you and helping you out is letting you file that money that you put into the company
Yep.
as part of as a deductible.
Even if you're making
Or not a
money,
deductible, that's not the right term.
even if you're making money, everything that you spend on your business, the electricity bill, your rent, all your equipment,
Well, no, though,
driving to and from, it's all, you can write all of that off.
I thought it was if you make a certain amount, then you have to do it separate though, under a business tax.
I don't think so. Not for an LLC.
So
Because when we went to file, it wasn't an option. They were asking us to file it with our personal
Yeah,
stuff.
but I think that was because I didn't make any money.
I mean, I don't know for sure, but that would be something we have to look into.
You guys out there, whichever one I'm at right now, you guys, if I got an expert out there viewing, let us know. I mean, I'll try to do the research myself, and if you guys are just as curious as we are, I'll revisit it on the show. If not, then it's just gonna be some information for me and my lady.
Yeah. So like when
But,
we were doing the insurance, we were able to write off the square footage of the room that you were using for work.
Yes.
And a percentage of everything it took to run that room. So electricity, internet, phone, all the equipment that you bought to put into the business, your licensing, all of that was
Yeah,
we
but
were
that
able to write
wasn't
off.
I wasn't
That wasn't an LLC,
yeah,
but
yeah.
it's still
I wasn't a
you were a
business. I was a
1099.
1099. I was an independent contractor.
Exactly.
Oh,
That's
I
still
see.
it's not a business, but it was your own
Income.
business. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
yeah. So if you do hair at home,
Right.
and you have the space is 12 by 12 and you live in a 1,600 square foot home, that 12 by 12, the percentage of that
Of the
out
whole
of the
house.
whole house from what you pay in your rent will be covered. And then if you're going to other people's homes to
Right.
do hair,
Right.
you can track your mileage, the cost of
Gas.
all of your products, everything, anything related to the business. A business lunch, if you take someone
Phone.
out, your phone, because
see,
that's
man,
where you run your business off of.
What I don't understand is this: what is a write-off? Write-off is does that mean the money is going to come back to you? I don't understand that.
So when you have a business, you get like a standard deduction essentially. So you run the cost of your business, and then it's like a reimbursement on some of the money that you spent. You're probably not going to see everything, but you're
Something's
gonna
better than nothing.
you're gonna see something, because that's still your personal money that you're using to run the business.
Right. And
Yeah.
doesn't it lower your tax, like what you have to pay in taxes?
No, you'll get it back.
Oh, okay. In your tax
you'll get it back in your tax return. So when you start
I see.
plugging in all that stuff,
But I mean, in a sense, it kind of could lower depending on how you do your taxes, because we use Turbo, right?
TurboTax.
So TurboTax, when you do it, it'll automatically differentiate the money. So like it had my state and my federal. So if I would have gotten, like if I owed state, but then my federal was up, it would already did the difference for me. So like you're saying, like if you owed, then yeah, it would help out on what you owe. But hopefully you don't owe, and you're gonna just have profit.
Right.
But
well, when we did our taxes this year, before we plugged in all of his information for his gigging, he owed money. He owed like a lot of money. But then when he took the standard deduction, it went like this.
And what is the standard deduction?
It just depends on what it is. The standard deduction for the business was like 16,000. And I think the standard deduction for a household for a single person is 12,000 or 18,000.
Okay.
Don't look to me.
Yeah, I can't remember necessarily off the top of my head. So
this was the first year I kind of watched you do taxes.
Yeah. So, and TurboTax, I really like it because you can, pay for just the minimum, or you can get more in depth, and it prompts you through everything. It asks you questions that you don't even think to
to
ask. So
I was like
I
getting
really
up and
like
going to
it.
look for paperwork. I'm like, what? Oh, hold on.
You're like, "Oh, I
can
could
I
write
can
that
do that?
off."
Yeah, I can do that? Oh, let me
Yes, I did make donations this year.
Yes, a lot. Extremely a lot.
So,
Nice.
and you wanna have all your paperwork there and, just in case you get audited. So,
Right.
you still wanna do it legit, but there are a lot of things that can, give you
Mhm.
some deductions when you run your taxes. So.
Especially if you're a small business working out of your home.
Right.
Mhm.
So I heard that you shouldn't mix your personal finances with your business finances.
Correct.
So if I had purchased things for my business before I started or even thought of the idea of starting an LLC, could I still use
It's still a
my
write-off.
my receipts
Mhm.
or,
Mhm. I mean,
for that?
you can't
Yeah.
like go years back and stuff, I don't think, but
Right. Probably
anything
like
in the
within
For
the
current
the
year.
year, the current
Yeah,
year,
yeah.
yeah.
So like if it
Okay.
went through now, but you already bought stuff January, February, all the way, you can still use that.
Right.
Yeah, and a good way to even just keep track of that and not even have to save receipts really is to have a dedicated business credit card or
Right.
Mhm.
bank account. So, and then pay yourself a paycheck.
Right.
So,
Actually, that's exactly
yeah.
what I was going to get into next
Nice.
because the
Nice.
pass-through taxation allows profits from the business to flow directly to the owner's personal taxes without being taxed at the business level.
Mm.
So basically, pass-through taxation is saying that you're not going to get taxed twice. Because normally when you work for somebody,
Mm-hmm.
that money gets taxed when you get paid.
Gotcha.
And then when you do your taxes, your income is getting taxed.
Gotcha.
So it's getting twice. But if
Right.
you're your own boss,
Right.
then you're not going to get taxed twice.
Right.
With an LLC, you can pay yourself and you can use that money and it's not going to end up getting taxed twice.
Right.
Okay.
And you would pay yourself most likely as a 1099.
Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah. Independent contractor.
And just so
Right.
you guys know, I got all that info from zenbusiness.com. If you want to go check it out, they got a lot of good info on that website there. That is not a paid promotion, but Zen Business, hey man,
Check them out.
y'all got an affiliate program? Anyways, so just so you do know, though, an LLC is not all lollipops and rainbows. There are a few cons. I didn't go through them all, but there are a few cons. One of the cons is an LLC usually costs a little bit more to form and maintain than a sole proprietorship or a general partnership. But me personally, I don't know what it costs for those other ones, so it doesn't really matter to me. Once I get into that situation, I need to um, look into and invest in the other ones, then maybe it'll be a difference. State charges an initial formation fee. Many states also impose ongoing fees such as annual report and or franchise tax fees. Check with your check with your Secretary of State's office. And don't quote me on it, but I would like to assume that that's where you would go as well if you just wanted to get your LLC. So, if you guys were wondering what I mean, Mr. Dipster, he did it all online. But if you
Hmm.
wanted to go down in person and talk to somebody in person,
I've done it in person
I would
before too.
assume. Was it at the Secretary of State?
Hmm.
Okay, I just that's what I was trying to
Yeah, I
see.
was back in the day when I did it. I went up there.
Okay, so yeah, so if you want to do it in person, you can go to the Secretary of State office, or you can. Is that how you did it? You just did the There was the state
Went to the
online.
office, filed it with them. They did the
Well, no, I
paperwork,
meant like
stamped
when
it.
you did it online. Did you just do like the state
Oh
website
yeah,
and
yeah.
then
And then they sent it to me
they
through the
sent it?
mail.
See, so there you go. I can't give you guys all the answers, but I'm leaving some pretty big breadcrumbs for you. Okay. So, Secretary of State, figure out where yours is located or figure out what the website is, and you can get your own LLC on your own. Don't pay any of these companies to do it. Don't make the mistake. Don't.
Keep your money in your
Yeah.
pockets.
Keep it in your pocket for sure.
I think there are some companies that will do it for you for free, but
Mhm.
they try to rope you in, which is what happened with us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
But if you
cause
have a
the
plan and you just stick to it,
Yeah. Is it I think Legal Zoom does stuff
I
like
don't
that.
know about
I
that one.
haven't
Which
looked
one
in,
did
but
we
I've
use?
been hearing that
Yeah.
advertisement, but I
Yeah.
haven't looked into anything. We used Ink Authority.
We Bank Authority, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
Well,
my biggest mistake with that personally, I'm a huge Damon John fan. So I was looking into it and then I saw him backing it and everything, and
course,
there's this course that I got from it as well.
that we never did.
But I own it. So once we get there to
Yeah.
that point, I can reference the course. But that was the selling point for me. That was my bad. My bad. I'll admit it. My bad. But I
Yeah.
learned. I learned. I
Good.
learned that I can go to the Secretary of State office.
Right.
So my future LLCs, because I'm gonna have plenty
Funny.
more,
Mhm.
they will all be done on my own.
And also, once you have an LLC, you can have that be like the mother company and then have a DBA under that mother company. So it's like
Mhm.
doing business as. So you don't
Right.
necessarily have to have a whole bunch of LLCs
Right.
if everything kind of makes sense to fit under one.
Right.
Yeah.
Mhm. I know this is kind of random, but I just want to give a round of applause right now to my son. He's in the other room being a great young man, and he hasn't came in here once.
Right.
But so you've been doing hair for a really, really long time. Like
Mhm.
you're like master chef in it over here as a
Yeah.
hairstylist. So I'm pretty sure you've came across some wacky requests or some eyebrow raising, entertaining requests. Is there any that like stand out for you that you'd like to share? Any stories you got for us?
I can't really say I do.
No?
Sometimes you get wacky colors, like color
Hmm.
combinations that,
Like someone was
you
like,
know,
let me get pink and
yeah,
neon green with gray and frosted tips.
right.
Maybe not
Yeah.
the
So
frosted tips
sometimes you get
part, but
the crazy color combinations, but you kind of have to just do what the customer wants.
Mhm.
You can make suggestions, but
Have
yeah.
you ever had a situation where they explained it and in your head you were like, but then you did it and
Yeah.
you're like, oh snap, that actually looks nice.
I mean, typically, if I think that it's not gonna be a good option, I probably would
You try
tell them
to
that.
like,
Yeah,
you
and
might want
maybe have to tweak it
to.
a little bit.
Hmm.
So I'm not sure if I've been surprised in that way, but I would say that I would suggest, a better option. I think being a hairstylist or being anybody that's providing a service
Hmm.
for someone, you kind of have to give them your expertise and let them know like what may or may not look good, so
Hmm.
that at the end of the service they kind of have enough information to make a better choice. But if they still want to go with what they want, it won't fall back on you. It'll just be like, oh, I
Have you
took an
ever
L for that one.
have you ever said no? Like, I'm not putting my name on that.
I'm learning that I'm gonna have to start,
Mhm.
saying no to certain people and styles and stuff because I want to niche down in my business and focus on what I'm like extremely skilled at
Hmm.
and specialized in, rather than trying to do everybody's wants and desires. Just kind of focusing on what I want to
Okay,
do.
so previously
Hmm.
in the past, it's just
Yeah.
been kind of like, I kind of want to do this. You're like, I've done that before. I
Right.
could do that.
Yeah.
But
Or,
now you
oh,
want
I've
to be.
never done that before.
Mhm,
I guess I'll try it for you, and then you not like it as much
mhm,
because you're not skilled in that.
yeah,
So, yeah,
and then
just
those
kind
are
of
those.
focusing on what my strengths are.
Mhm, mhm.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
And those are those
Yeah.
weird moments too, because like I've been doing like yard work, gig work and stuff, and all the
Mhm.
time I'm like, man, this isn't that great. Like I don't really
Right.
like it. But then they come out, they're like, oh my god, you did such a great job,
Right.
and it's just like, did I? I don't know if I want
Right.
to do this again. Did I really do a good job,
Right.
or
They just don't have enough
uh,
information. And you can
yeah?
always grow into that,
Hmm.
with and I plan on doing different styles. I just kind of want to give myself the course and time to like practice on those styles before I offer it as a paid service.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Makes sense. That
So,
makes sense. You know,
yeah.
when someone's paying
Yeah.
you for something, you want to be able to give them the best you can do.
Right. Right.
So is there what type of genre are you trying to stay in with niche? Or are you kind of
Protective hairstyling, braids,
what was that? I'm sorry, protective hair.
protective hairstyling. Yeah.
Okay.
So protective braids are basically, or protective styling is basically a style that protects your natural hair in the
Mhm.
process of wearing that style. Some styles aren't as protective as they promote, or the way that people install them isn't as protective. So, say I'm doing box braids, your box braids should not be super tight, or they should not hurt you. Any style that you do on your hair should not hurt you. And if it does, it's because the person doing it either has not um, practiced on how to not hurt their client while doing
Mhm.
their hair, or it might not be the right style for the client and their hair or their hair issues or scalp issues.
Mhm.
So that's what I'm mainly focusing on is protective styling.
Protective styling.
Yeah.
Are you still making your own hair products like the oils and stuff?
Yeah, I
Just
make my
about to
own
ask
hair oils.
Look at
Yeah.
you.
Yeah, I still make my own hair oils. I've been making them for probably since 2014, probably before that. But I just use that in every style that I do at the finish of the style to kind of help promote the hair growth and hair nourishment during the time of the service. I mean, during the time of the style that they wear it.
Now, is that are the products that you make and use, is that exclusive to Legendary by Rose, or is that something your clients can purchase as well and kind of take some home to use treatment on their own as well?
Yeah, so I do sell my hair oils. I'm in the process of like branding that and labeling it, but right now I do offer that for my clients and whoever else wants to purchase.
Awesome,
That's
awesome.
also in my LinkedIn.
Also in the LinkedIn, you
Yeah,
heard it here.
Legendary Rose.
Booking and products, Legendary Rose,
Yeah.
LinkedIn.
Honestly, when I see you post pictures, I'm like, damn, she's so good. I always share your stuff.
Thank you. Thank you.
You are really, really good. I
Yeah.
was looking
Yeah.
through the IG trying to like snag some pictures here and there, and I'm like, oh, I want this
Which one
one.
do I
I want
pick?
that.
Right, right.
Like
Which
even
one?
even Dip was like, yo, you gave me so much right now. I'm like, I
Right.
know.
It's like when you look at pictures of your kids and you're like, I gotta delete some pictures, but then you're like, but he's
But
making
why
this
would
face
I?
in this
Yeah,
picture.
it's my child. It's my creation right there. I
Yeah.
can't
and
delete
then
this.
the versatility too, like a lot of hairdressers, they prefer a gender,
Mhm.
and I see that
Mhm.
you have mixed genders, you have mixed
Mhm.
styles.
Mhm.
um it's nice, it's really good, it looks professional, it's neat. Like, I've seen people go get their hair done before and they walk out and like the design looks cool, but your head's all frizzy,
Right, right,
and
right.
like,
Yeah, yours
or,
is always tight.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's always just
Mm.
nice, great job.
Actually, I
Thank
do
you.
have a
Thank you.
question too with the men's styles. Do you do the fade or do you have them come in just ready for the braid or whatever the twist that you're gonna do?
So typically with men's styles, especially if they have like just the top of their hair grown out and wanting to get that braided, I typically ask them not to get their hair cut first. I don't
Okay.
provide clipper cuts. I'm not a barber. You need a license for that
Okay.
technically. But it's kind of scary for me. I don't want to
Mhm.
get into that because, I can mess up on a braid and I can fix it
Yeah,
right then and there, but if you mess up on a cut, it's
it's done.
forever.
Yeah.
So I asked them to come with their hair, not like don't go to the barber yet. Let me do your hair first so I can get everything squared away. That way when they do cut it, they're not cutting into the hair that I need to braid into.
Right, that makes
Yeah.
sense.
Nice, nice.
Cool. Yeah, I
Yeah.
wasn't sure because I saw some of the men's cuts and I was like, oh, does she?
Yeah. No, it would be nice
Yeah.
to offer all that maybe eventually, but right now we're just keeping it simple. Just
Yeah.
go,
I
I
mean, on
specialize in braids and go to your barber so I don't mess up your
yeah,
hair.
and honestly, that takes enough time, right? Do you
Yeah.
wanna try to do a nice tight fade before you do
Right.
that?
Mhm.
Right. Yeah,
Or
definitely.
after, you know?
Right.
And then the cleanup,
Mhm.
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
That's a whole whole 'nother type of
yeah,
cleanup.
Yeah. It
I don't even
definitely
like
is.
barbershops just because of that, to be honest. Like, I
Yeah.
don't really tell people that a lot, but it just kind of weirds me out. Like, there's just so much mixture of hair inside of a
Just all on the
barbershop. Like, it's
floor.
just,
Mhm.
mm, I'm
Yeah.
good.
Right.
um, so, Mr. Dip, sir, you can get those interesting hairdos there?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Does it have all the labels on there? Like cans, lizard, hat,
Yeah.
all the okay. I just want to make sure that we can coincide with it, right?
Hmm.
So, the next segment we're gonna go over real quick is the wacky wealth, which is I don't want to necessarily say it's wacky because some of the stuff is a little different, and some of the stuff is different in like a whoa, that's different. Some of the stuff is like, whoa, that's different.
Whoa.
So instead of wacky wealth, I'm gonna call this just eye-catching hairdos. I don't want to insult anyone out there as well. So for our first one, we have the cans. So I want to say this is probably a model. You guys, I'm sorry, you guys are gonna be kind of blind on this right now. But it's a model, and she has cans in her hair. It looks
Wow.
like a model, right?
Wow.
Yeah, I think so.
It's very interesting hairdo. That's kind of why I was asking if you had any crazy stories or any interesting stories. But
Wow.
there's probably like what, like a 6-pack about in there, and it's just
Think
kind
more
of
than that.
Yeah, that's a 12-pack, man.
it's like a
Yeah.
12-pack.
It does
Wow.
look really cool though.
Yeah,
But
it
I
does.
mean, it's
It
not
is interesting.
practical.
No,
Like,
no, not at all.
Yeah,
That's
it's
Not
probably
at
just
all.
like editorial.
That's
for
ridiculous,
yeah,
man.
exactly.
But see that
Runway.
one's like more artistic. This
Mhm.
next one, I think this person just really, really likes lizards, like
Oh,
a lot.
wow.
Like he just really, really enjoys them because he
Mm.
decided to get what it looks like is a iguana
Mm.
cut into the
Yeah.
top of his hair,
Yeah.
almost
Oh,
like a
okay.
mohawk
Turned his
iguana.
faux hawk into
Yeah.
a
I think he's
Iguana.
just holding on to
Yep,
his
it has
head.
a little mohawk on the back.
He's
But
really
it's kind of
invested
cool. Or
into
actually, is it an iguana?
iguanas.
Because it has the little fin. I don't think the iguana has that
I
thing
don't
on it. It's a
know.
different lizard.
Yeah.
Maybe a
Whatever
lizard.
you
Yeah, some
lizard
type of
experts
lizard.
out there, because I'm pretty sure the iguana does not have that fin part on the back, but it's one of that lizard that has that
Maybe
little
a
fin.
dragon.
It's bad.
I don't know, but it's
Something.
Dragon.
I mean
Dragon lizard.
it's
Is that what it's
Right.
called?
it's
Bearded
clean.
dragon.
Oh,
The bearded dragon.
It's clean.
Gotcha.
It's
Yeah,
a clean
it is
cut.
clean.
I
But
personally
Right.
wouldn't do that. I
No.
mean, that's
Wacky, yeah.
not my style at all.
No.
And then there's this next guy who it's quite interesting as well, and he'll always have some shade. That's definitely for sure.
oh, the
This guy
hat.
has a hat haircut. So
Wow.
and I'm actually kind of interested, like how much hairspray is he using every morning?
Right.
Because as thick as his hair is, our hair it doesn't go out forward. It doesn't just sit there.
That's a lot of
Right.
training.
Definitely have to mold
Yeah.
it
So
to
he
that.
has like a little
That
probably
looks
like a
ridiculous, man.
mid-top fade or
Mm.
so, and then he's got like a piece of his hair that just kind of sits out like a bill, like a hat. Like it looks just like a hat. It's
That looks stupid.
That's
quite
funny.
interesting.
Not interesting at all.
And
Little
then
wacky.
and then the
Very
next
wacky.
guy,
That's a good one.
we have Mr. Big X. It looks like he may have had a ponytail that exploded.
Mm.
Maybe
Isn't
somebody
that Joel Embiid?
Who is it?
That's Joel Embiid, isn't it?
I'm not sure who that is.
Wow, dog. Really?
Should I know who that is?
I mean,
Let me look real quick.
Are we
I
taking
feel
black
embarrassed
cards?
now.
Someone's gonna get
I
their
mean, you
card
don't
taken
watch
away.
basketball, I guess, at all. He's a center for the Philadelphia 76ers.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I think
I
that's
don't
him,
want-
man. If
Is
I'm
that
not
him?
mistaken, man. It looks like him. If it isn't him, that's his fucking twin.
Let me see real quick. I'm gonna Google it. Joel Embiid hair. That is him.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah,
bro.
it says Sixers star Joel Embiid celebrates birthday with crazy hairstyle.
Yeah, man. What does he got? A windmill on the back of his head?
That's what
I
it looks like. It
know.
looked like
A
he had
helicopter?
a little ponytail and someone threw a black cat in it.
Man.
Blah!
Man, he's about
Wow.
to take off, man.
I mean, honestly, you could pay to
Interesting.
have a nice hairdo done.
Oh, okay. Nice. Kind of like dang, what's that one guy with the braids that would stick out?
Oh, Coolio?
Yeah.
Oh, I
yeah.
should have had him on there.
Coolio.
We don't want to do Coolio no more. I think he has like one braid left. Yeah.
Oh yeah, he's looking.
Oh,
Yeah.
he's
See,
looking
that's when
a little rough.
hairstyles go wrong. Those are not
Right.
protective
Yeah.
braids.
Right.
I think
gotta-
he doing the two on he just got two left.
Oh, I think I
Two little
yeah,
antennas.
too.
Cut the damn shits off, man.
For real,
Yeah.
man. You gotta know when to give it up, man.
Right.
Mhm.
I've always said once if I start going bald, all of it's going off.
Fuck it.
That's part of the reason why I let my hair just do what it wants, because I got a feeling
Yeah.
one day I'm not gonna be able to let it do what it wants.
Yeah.
I'm like, nope, I gotta bick it.
Okay.
So the next person, I don't know. I think he might be a fan of SpongeBob or something. I'm not totally sure, but this is a very, very interesting one as well. This is a pineapple.
That's ridiculous, man.
This guy, but But to be honest, though, I would never do it. But if we're being honest, you can't say that ain't clean.
That looks ridiculous.
I agree. I totally agree. It does look ridiculous, but you can't deny that it ain't clean.
That it
though.
looks like a pineapple.
They definitely made it look like a
Yeah,
pineapple.
it
Under the
does.
sea.
Man, but the pineapple head jokes, and it's never gonna stop.
Oh yeah, it's definitely clean.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's
As
clean.
far as the parting goes,
Right.
It's clean.
but
Looks like a
and my
pineapple.
suggestion: don't ever do that.
No,
Don't ever do that.
not
What
again.
were you on when you made that
Right.
decision?
Unless you live in some type of society.
Oh,
that-
and then this one, this is the one that I liked actually. Or these last two. These last two are dope. The first one is a woman who has, I believe it's 4 different colors in her hair. And it's oh, I can't find it on here. I wanna
Oh, that's
show-
kinda
there she
fresh.
is.
oh yeah,
Yeah,
now
that's
that's
one's dope.
beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's dope.
That's art.
It's like a kind of like a blonde on top
Yeah.
with like a streak of fuchsia
Yeah.
salmon pink.
It's kind of dope. Yeah, that's
That
dope.
black
Like a
part is
salmon
like
Paint.
an illusion or something. It looks
Yeah.
like
Mhm.
that's
that's
dope.
fresh.
That's artistic right there.
Mhm.
That's
Right.
art, and you know. And then last but not least, this one's pretty cool too. It's another woman. She's got her do all done up. I really liked it. I labeled it the kisses because she's got all these lips on the back of her head. She's
Oh.
got her head like a fade, and then she's got a bunch of lips on the back.
Oh yeah, that's cute.
And then
No,
she's
that's
got
not bad.
They did a good, really,
Oh, that-
really good job.
Yeah, that's dope.
yeah, that one's dope, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It almost looks like Rihanna, to be honest.
No.
But no, you don't think that looks like
It's not
Rihanna?
Rihanna, but
I know it's not Rihanna, but you don't think that looks like her a little bit
No,
from the
no,
side? Is that
no.
side view?
But she's
just because she
definitely
does
sexy,
that
though.
style, she's done that style many times, like the short on the sides and longer on the top.
Are you missing one? Don't you have one left?
Do I? I sent you another one.
Sectional.
Oh, yep. I do have that one. I didn't write it down, but I got that one. We can do that one. We got sectional. That one too. That's like a looks almost like
He looks like Naruto.
abstract art almost. I feel like. Actually, yeah, he looked like he needed to be in anime.
Yeah, he definitely looks like an anime character by the head.
Oh,
doing some
that-
cosplay or something.
Right.
Yeah, that's actually pretty cool.
It is. Pretty
It's dope
crazy,
though.
like
It's dope. Like
Definitely
that-
not your everyday.
it looks
style,
nice because
but-
his
No.
hair is his hair looks really healthy too though.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? If his hair wasn't that healthy, that could be a really bad cut.
right.
But you got to keep that. Can you imagine what it looked like when he wakes up in the morning? He's got
Right.
to
It's
get
gonna
that
have to part that,
perfect.
and, kind of shape it a little bit.
Yeah, that's not gonna stay like that for too
No.
long. Maybe
Right.
like a week and a half.
Right,
Right.
Yeah.
because that's not gonna look good napped up. But hey,
I remember I had my little one, man. I had I'm sure my cousin D'Amica can remember when I had the little explosions on my head.
Oh,
I had
you-
all
the
these little
little-
puffs.
oh yeah,
Yep. I had all the little puffs. I want to say that was probably me, in my opinion. I've had a lot of different hairdos, and people probably argue this, but I feel like me personally, that was probably my craziest hairdo when I had little puffs. It was a little wild.
I've never
But-
been one to do wild hairdos, man.
Nah.
Nah, the crazy. I was back in the '90s. I had a box, and I had a slope, and that was about it. No, I had
the high top slope, like you
yeah,
mean
the
like
slope.
the,
you know what I'm saying? You know, the
Snow
boxes.
Cone
were-
head?
Yeah, the boxes were in style. And then I had the fucking. My mother used to fuck me up bad.
oh, she was your barber.
I mean, she just used to pick bad hairdos. You know, you got the numbers on there, and she picked the shag or some shit. Like, what? The,
What is
What?
a shag?
you don't know what the shag is?
No.
Me?
It's when you got the hair
Yeah.
on the back. You got the afro on the back of your
Oh.
head.
That's what a lot of people are
It's
doing.
low
now.
and yeah, and they're doing they
Nah.
people start bringing them
Yeah.
back.
I was
like a
like,
black monk.
How?
it's
It's like you got two different hairstyles.
like it's low in the front. It's almost like a mullet, a black mullet almost.
Yeah,
Right,
yeah, yeah.
right.
Yeah, for real. Because it's low in the
It's
front
low on the front
and low on the sides, and then in the back
Man.
it's puffy.
Oh.
Yeah, but there's like no in between. A
No.
mullet kind of has in between.
Yeah.
That
Yeah,
one is just
yeah.
like literally two different hairstyles.
It's just two
Right.
different things. Yeah, it's like I couldn't
Like, I don't
decide.
know. I don't know if I'm gonna grow my hair out or.
I
cut
wanted
it.
waves, but I wanted to be able to pick it.
Right.
You ever have a Jerry curl? Your
Me?
mother never
Nope.
messed you up like that?
Nope. My mom permed me once.
Well, you wouldn't grow up in the. You grew up in the '90s, right?
Yeah, for
Yeah.
the most part, yeah.
Yeah.
But it was mainly because my hair is really, really coarse, and it was, like, tearing up her fingers and stuff, so she
So
permed it once.
She put a perm in there.
Yeah, straighten it out, but it was just, and as a transition thing, like, I didn't go out with my
Right.
perm and stuff like that, but I was like, "Nah, I'm good. We ain't never doing this again."
Right.
Mm-mm.
Put some braids in.
And I didn't even think
Right.
about, like, the chemical part of it. I was just
Yeah.
looking
Oh,
at
yeah.
myself in the mirror
Man,
after it
people
was
used to do
done. I was just like,
everything.
It just has
"No,
no volume.
Yeah.
I don't like
Yeah.
this."
But when
Mm-mm.
we first started dating, I was trying to learn how to braid, which didn't work out well, but I can twist really good.
Yeah.
But
I was wearing those twists for a while. I liked them.
yeah.
I liked
Yeah,
it when
it
you did
just
my hair.
I'm not fast at it, so
Right.
it takes like 4 or 4.5
Gonna do that
hours.
more.
Take a while.
Yeah, 'cause, you know.
Right.
But
Sit down.
but it would stay really well, and it looked good for a
Mhm.
long time. So I did get a little technique down. But when I was first trying to braid, I straightened your hair one time with the straight iron because I thought it would be easier to
She had the
manage.
present girl.
I don't
Yeah.
remember that.
You're about
Looking
time
like
though.
Snoop
You
Dogg
snuck it
back
in?
in the day.
No,
What did you tell me?
I snuck it in. No.
You're about,
I don't recall that, but
Yeah.
you're about done.
we're about done. Okay. So we are about done for the episode of number 6. Oh,
Number 6.
episode number
Ooh.
6. But before we wrap it up, I want everybody to know that they can reach Christina at
Hair by Legendary Rose on Facebook and Instagram.
or her LinkedIn
Or my LinkedIn,
as well.
Legendary Rose.
LinkedIn for bookings and
Mhm.
products. If you want to
Yes.
just browse what she's done and kind of pick a hairdo out, you could check her out on the Facebook or the IG. You can contact her through there as well.
Mhm.
But I feel
And
like
TikTok.
and TikTok.
Yes. Hair
Follow
by
her on
Legendary Rose.
Hair by-
Yes.
all the same, right?
Yes. All
Across
the
the board.
same.
And
Yes.
I was gonna say just follow her anyway because
Yeah.
every once in a while she's like, "All right, here's my jewelry line," and she has a
Right.
bunch of jewelry to sell or whatever,
Yep.
and
Right.
it's really nice stuff. She does good work. So
Over 50% of the jewelry you see on these ladies. All of Christina's jewelry is probably
Yes.
handmade, or her jewelry.
Yes.
Is it just your rings, Jess?
just my rings, yeah.
Just the rings over there. So if you guys see any of that, or you want to follow her and for the pop-ups, if you want to follow Miss Jess, you can follow Jess on Facebook with Jessica Marrero. Or is it Jess or Jessica?
Jessica.
Is it under
Yeah,
Jessica?
Jessica.
One S.
Jessica 1S Marrero on Facebook or Instagram. You can follow me, the host, Mr. Elijah Lee, on Facebook, or at Desertland Kids on Facebook, or
Delicious
Instagram, or
Dishes.
Delicious Dishes 602, or Desertland Fashions, or Wealth for Generations.
Wow.
Any of that stuff,
Yeah.
just find me. I'm out there, man. I'm
Right.
out there. But with all that being said, I want to give our round of applause real quick. Sorry, I almost forgot. We're gonna wrap it up soon, but that's for Miss Christina. That's gonna be for me and Jess. Gonna quicken this up a little bit. And then last but not least, I always want to give respect to my engineer of all hats, Mr. Dip to the lean.
Sure. Appreciate you guys.
Thank you.
And we're gonna wrap up episode 6. Peace out.
Bye.
Peace.